Hey everyone, ACatters here and welcome to episode 4 of my Noteblock tutorials. These tutorials will cover more detailed and advanced things as we go on, so if you haven't seen the other episodes yet, go and check those out now. In this episode we're going to take a look at how to lay out our redstone structures to build a song. As a side note, whenever I talk about ticks in this tutorial, I'm referring to redstone ticks, not game ticks. A redstone tick is a 0.1 second delay, whereas a game tick occurs every 50 milliseconds. Now the easiest way to start your layout is like this. Place a repeater, and then place a block. Place a repeater, and place a block, and so on. And when you're done, you can just place a note block on top of each one of these, and now we can play our sequence. This basic structure allows up to 3 notes to play at the same time, one on top of the sand block, here, and one either side. I'm going to add some different instruments to the mix now to demonstrate. So I've already placed these gold blocks down ready, which will play a bell sound for these 4 note blocks that play, and then the dirt or grass on the other side will play a piano / harp sound, whichever you want to call it. This sequence is playing at 300 beats per minute. You can find more detailed information on how to get the right tempo for your song in my tempo tutorial. So this gives us a very basic structure which you can go on and on as you need. However, when composing a full song it's better to have a little more design to your layout. Knowing the time signature of your song can be quite handy when building your layout. If you have a piece of sheet music for the song you're recreating, the time signature will be written at the top line and is displayed as 2 numbers, one above the other. For the sake of our structure, we are only interested in the top number, which represents how many beats there are in a bar, and is important for keeping rhythm in the composition of the song. 4/4 is the most common signature, but other variants do exist, so watch out for this. For a 4-beat signature, I like to place 8 repeaters and blocks in a row. Then set each repeater to half of the ticks for my tempo. For example, for 150 beats per minute we need a 4 redstone tick delay before we play the note. So this circuit is set out with 8 repeaters at 2 ticks each. Therefore every second block plays at a 4 redstone delay, which is the equivalent of 150 beats per minute, as there are 4 ticks between them. This allows us to play 8th notes by placing notes in between them. So I've laid out these stone blocks here, just so we can hear how that sounds. Now if your song has 16th notes or semiquavers, you can play them by extending from the central trunk. Since this tempo has 2 ticks between each 8th note, 16th notes are played every 1 tick. So we can add some extra notes like this. Just placing a repeater down here between each one, set at 1 tick, and then we can place our notes on the top. Now if you have an odd numbered interval between your notes, such as for a 100 beats per minute tempo, check out my half tick tempo tutorial to find out how to play the 16th notes with the correct delay, as this cannot be achieved by using repeaters. You can carry on building this sequence side by side to extend your song as far as you need. Just make sure you have the correct number of ticks between each row and leave a little space between each, so you have room to work with more complex note sequences. There are 2 ways to do this. The first is by winding back on yourself. So I've laid this one out here with all these notes ready to play, and then the notes on the other side play the same but coming back towards us. So all we need to do is add a repeater here at 2 tick delay so it matches the delay between each of these blocks, and then add the redstone here. This is perhaps a simpler way, as you just keep going with the same tick delay and then just keep working backwards and forwards. The second way is by connecting your sequence all at one end and adding a delay so that the next sequence plays at the right timing. So this time, the same tunes from here and here, these are identical, and so it's not playing backwards and forwards, they're both playing the same notes going down. So if I just play the first half. Now to build the connection, we need to add 16 ticks of delay from one to the next. Fortunately, I've left exactly enough space to do that. That's 4 repeaters set at 4 each. And the 16 ticks is because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notes here, each with a 2-tick delay between them. So we're just recreating that same delay up to here, and then there's an extra 2-tick delay before the next one starts. So let's just demonstrate that now. Okay, so this second technique will be useful for some of the more advanced tricks that I will teach you in future episodes. But that's all you need to know about building a sequence of note blocks for now. I hope you find this video useful. If you did, please click that like button and subscribe for more note block tutorials. Also check out the previous episodes to learn how to pick and tune your instruments, as well as how to set the tempo. Thanks for watching, and take care.